Hey everybody, Rich at RMAutodiag, and we're having a quick look at a 2012 Ford Transit Custom. We got an engine light on, so we're going to plug in and see what's going on. Okay, so we got Bosch connected. I have put the VIN number in and we are ready to go. So it should do an auto search here, or not. Should we just go straight into, usually I would do a full systems, but we'll just go straight in. Let's have a quick look. So that was the engine ECU we're dealing with, the SID 206, and it is Ford Transit Connect 1800, like I said. P9PC I think was the engine code. So we have exhaust gas treatment malfunction. Okay, so well, does Bosch have any good information on that? Let's have a look. See what it says. Is that going to be like the usual vapouriser type issue? Pressure sensor, EGR. Okay, so there's not a lot, well, not too much going on that fault code, is there? Exhaust gas treatment malfunction. Okay, will this give us OBD and give us a different code? Because it does have a management light on. Or not a different code, but maybe a description on it. No. Okay. Maybe I need to try and look up this, because that seems a bit vague to me. Let me have a look and see what that code's on about. Right, that is a no from Snap-on as well. Up-to-date machine. Hang on. Up-to-date machine. All in subscription. So yeah, Snap-on, you're also useless. That's even less information than Bosch. 4Scan has also not worked. Tried that on the laptop. That just says error and the same code. So I am going to move on to that. One of the cheaper tools I've got. Right, so is it going to do it? Is it going to give me something good? No. Also fail on this one. Oh, I'm running out of tools. Let's go with Autel Autofix, see what that says. Right, so also Autofix / Autel, not an idea. But I have a wiring diagram up here and I have Google. Look what it says straight away there. Exhaust gas treatment, glow plug, circuit low. So I'm going to take that one. So we have underbonnet fuse box, fuse, relay, and we have the glow plug in the heater and the exhaust. So what we can do is have a look under the bonnet. Says fuse 21, which I think might be wrong there, because there is, that's not used. I think it was a fuse 11 fuel burning heater, it's 20 amp. Maybe that's a Ford designation, fuse 21, but I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to get under the bonnet and we'll have a look at that one. Right, so looking at our wiring diagram, I think it's a bit mixed up, because it was saying that this fuse up here was what we wanted. No, the diagram was saying fuse 21. The fuse box diagram said it was supposed to be this one 11. I think it's got these two mixed up. And I checked on a few diagrams and they all make the same mistake. So we are looking at fuse 21 here, which would make sense. That's fine. So we have test light good, test light good. So good on the fuse. I have had a crawl underneath this wire here that goes to this is our fuel vaporizer. So we're going to check this, and I can tell you for nothing it looks shiny and new. So we have continuity through it. Yeah, that's probably good enough. So the next thing we need to do is, supposedly, our relay is supposed to be this relay 7, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, third one up here. So technically, I guess, I'll just double check on the wiring diagram, make sure these are the same colours and stuff. I could put a bulb in here, we could jump that relay, and then we can prove that all these wires are good, and then we know whether we're looking at relay control or wiring as a fault, or the actual relay. So I'll go find a bulb. Right, so hopefully we can prove a few things here. So I've taken this third relay out. Now the red pin is, or the red back probe here is in this terminal, which is terminal 3. That should be our live from our fuse. Terminal 5 here should go to our plug. So let's see if we've got permanent live. Yes. That's with the ignition on. I'm going to take my fuse out just to prove that this is the correct fuse for it. No more live. Okay, so we're good on that. Right, what we also are going to do is, because this black wire here is supposed to be a ground and this is from our relay, swap the test light across and we'll check our ground. So there we go, we've got a ground of some sorts, that's good. So we'll prove that this one is the right relay by, we can go swap this hands. So if we use a small probe on that, we're on this green and red wire, grab this, so we should have continuity, which we do. So we know that at least the wire's attached from there to there. Not saying it's good yet. Let's see if I can jam a wire in here good enough. Whether I'm going to have to make up something different. Now, let me get a couple of connectors on this. Right, so always keep some of these spare, just in case you're going to need to make something up new. So we've got that into there. We are on a test bulb. Got my 2 wires on there, on the heavier ones on the relay, which is 3 and 5. It says it on here somewhere. Focus. 3 and 5, you can see at the top there with the switch on it. Right. So, fuse jumper, one-handed, jammed in there. So that's our whole circuit is good there. So this all should technically work. What else could we do? It means I don't have to get too involved. Right, I suppose we could see if this actually functions, couldn't we? So if this is plugged back in, I could put an amps clamp. Have I got a handheld amps clamp? Yeah, I do in the van. Right, so I could put an amp clamp around one of these wires, doesn't really matter which, and do the same test, and we should see current draw on that if that glow plug works. You know, most glow plugs, I don't know, if it was just like a normal old 12 volt, somewhere near 10 amps, I guess. Right, so we've got amps clamp on there, 20 amp scale. Let's put it around the earth. We will again put my little jumpery thing in here, put a fuse on it, we should get some current draw. Put this in the right place. Yeah, there we go. It's going down because the heater's on. So that was at about 6 amps. And when it heated up, it started dropping, which is about right. I would have thought, somewhere near it. So we're saying the glow plug works. The wiring from there to the relay's good. So what's it whinging about? Unless it's the turn-on circuit that it can't work. Back to the drawing board, we'll have a look at this diagram again. Okay, so pin 1 on this relay is supposed to be live, which is the furthest pin away down here, and it also is. So all this system should work. So the only one that we don't know about is pin 2, which goes back to the engine ECU, which grounds it when it wants to switch it on. There is no actuator tests, so I can't check that, which is annoying. Which way around does that go? So we've got the possibility of the relay not working, or it's not being grounded by the ECU. So we're down to those two things now. Do I try and rig something up on this and see if that works quickly? Yeah, we could put continuity through the big ones, put power and a ground to this. We just quickly see if it beeps. If not, I think I might clear the codes and then put my bulb, take this off, put my bulb in here, and see if when I drive it, if I can hang the bulb up on the windscreen here, drive it and see if it switches on when we're driving it, because it should do. Right, let's do that. Let's get something set up for this. Right, so this quick lash up. We've got continuity on the two big terminals. Pin 2 is the ground of the power probe, and pin 1 is the live. So when I put power to it, it goes beep. So the contacts in there at least do touch and work. So we'll go with the plan of put this in, put that cover back on. I am going to put my bulb set up here. I'm going to hook it up there. And got them touching in there. That there, I can close the bonnet, drive it, see if my bulb lights. Right, so bulb idea. Drove it, no bulb light. Fault code comes back. So I'm going for, we are down to this one wire which comes from pin 2 and goes to connector 1, pin F4 by the looks of it, on the engine ECU. So now I've got to dig that out. So we're assuming that this fault code is for the control side of the relay at the minute. Right, so this one's probably going to be a to be continued video because I'm sort of running out of time here. I'll speak to the customer, see what they want to do. But wiring comes out the bottom of this fuse box, and this wiring loom here runs down across the back, and you can see it just where I'm poking the torch there. Guess where it ends up? You can just see the corner of the ECU, the cooling fins on it, in that wheel arch. So all this is going to be mostly terrible to get to, so I have to get probably jacked up a bit, get wheel arch liner out, find out what pin goes to our relay in here, and then if it's open circuit, I'm going to have to try and work out where in this loom it's rubbed through, broken, snapped, corroded. So yeah, I'll be back another day for this, I reckon. Right, so I've got my pin 5 here, joined with a bulb to ground. I've got access to my ECU, which is up there. Just got to cut off a security bolt and get the plugs off. Grey plug, and we are on J4, which is green and blue. And if I put power to it, like that, see that bulb glowing? So that side of the circuit is all good. Now that is this wire here, and we got on the 32 pin, which is the smallest plug on the ECU, we got F4 and H3. So we've got H at the top, we've got number 3. Just get that touched in there, which went to my pin, this bottom one here, pin 2. Should be this inner pin here on the smaller side, so that's our control side, same setup. And glowing up again. And what was the other number? The other number, F4. So where's 4? 4's this side. That should be that one, A, B, D, E, F. That should be the same. No, we got the wrong one. We're on a different plug again. No, F4. It's on that 48 pin because it's connector block 1, not connector block 3. So F4 and the other one. F4. Right there. We are also going up, so all our wiring is good. So what's going on here? Have we got an ECU issue? We might do. Okay, so just double checking myself that, try and set this up. This is on the normal glow plug wires with an amps clamp. I'm just going to switch the ignition to make sure that that side of it's working, it's drawing current. Yeah, there we go, 60 amps, and the relay clicked out. So we're good on that side of things. This seems a bit odd, this fault at the minute. I'm leaning a bit towards the ECU now. Okay, so just trying to check the monitors on this. So I've got this disconnected, everything else is in place. That's connected to ground, earth, whatever you want to call it. This is back probed at the ECU here on the glow plug wire monitor. Right, so ignition on. We get 7.5 volts. When this is plugged back in and it does its monitor check, we get nothing. So same again, ignition on. So I guess that's how that one monitors that wire, and that gives us a separate fault code which has got a F at the end, not a D. Okay, so that's the fault it logs when I disconnect the vaporizer plug. Just for reference, I am here at the ECU checking that wire. So when this is open circuit, I've got 7.5 volts here. Don't know whether that's right or not, but 7.5 volts coming from the ECU. when that's plugged in, that shorts that signal wire at ground, or that telltale wire, whatever you want to call it, and that's how it works out whether this is open circuit or not. So I believe all that side of it's good. Maybe you have to do the same checks on this and see if we get any differences. Maybe we got a splice issue or something, I don't know, but we did check all this with a bulb, so it shouldn't be like that. But let's have a look anyway. Right, so just tested the relay. I've got it back probed here. So I've got it back probed with the relay. It's just out there. 3 volts, open circuit. If I push it in, we've got 12, or thereabouts. It's probably somewhere near battery voltage. Yeah, it's getting a bit flat. So on that other monitor we've got 3 volts, and then battery voltage, obviously when the power from that side of the relay goes through the coil and back weighting at the ECU. So now we'll do the same test down the bottom there. Right, currently in F4. Ignition is on, relay's in 11.3, which I believe was very similar to up here, battery voltage. Try and get this out again. So, and we are the same 3 volts. So I'll go and get onto the other wire that on the other side of the splice. Alright, so I'm on the end plug in the H4, which is another black wire, and if I put the ignition on, got that, then it relay clicks out and we got the 11.5. Take the relay out. We also dropped to 3.7, so I would say that circuit is working as well. Right, so back on this connect, what I've done is we've got a second-hand ECU. Weren't exactly the same numbers, but we're just going to try it anyway and swap over the as-built. And what I've done is, that's the second-hand one in there just hung, and what I've done is I've put it in. We don't have the same fault code, which is good. We've got a mobiliser stuff, not worried about that at the minute. What I did with the original one in there was I went to the PCM configuration, clicked on the play, read that, blah 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 blah. Right, so we saved all this data down here. So save all, left it in a folder. Then I have put the second-hand ECU in, loaded all this back on, and then pressed right, and that's where we're to now. So stop, and as I say, all we've got is this. We don't have any whinging anymore about this glow plug. So what we need to try and do now is, can we do some sort of PATS programming? PATS. So we want to see if we can do a module configuration. Keyless start. No. Okay. Right, let's see if we can just module initialize this. So it's going to try and gain the security access. Turn the ignition off. Okay. Don't know how upset this will be with the change of chassis number, but it'd be nice just to get this thing running for a minute and see if this glow plug fault is definitely gone when we start it up. As I say, from prior before, it was there constantly. So where are we to? 37%. Let's just wait 35 seconds. I don't know how long it's been. There we go. Ignition back on. Okay. Well, the light has gone out. We might be onto a winner. Success. Okay, so let's exit this a minute. It's all done successfully apparently. So can we delete this? Yes. Off. On. Okay, have we got a light still? No, that goes out. No codes. We have a running vehicle. And we have no more fault code, which is Brucey bonus. Now I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything with this chassis number. I don't think. Or certainly not on 4scan. I don't think there's anything that might let me do that. Definitely not going to be in service procedures, is it? PCM, PCM, PCM. No, that's all we've got here. So let's come out of it and go back in, and we'll see if it gives us that chassis number with 181 at the end. It does not. But if that's the worst that's happened, we can cope with that. Because all the as-built data has been transferred across, so it should think it is all the functions of this should be good. And we have no fault codes anywhere. So there we go. Our problem was an internal PCM fault. I mean, we tested this to the 9s, I think, pretty well. A bit of a long, arduous journey, this one. But we have got it up and running, and we have no faults, and we have no lights on the dash anymore. So cheers for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next one.